Hi everyone, my name is Candace Markey. I am currently working in the healthcare field as a medical laboratory scientist. I am hoping to move up in either the lab field or healthcare field by gaining my MBA. So that is why I'm here. For my business, I am going to work up a daycare, kind of like the one I was looking for when I moved to Mobile 2 years ago after I got divorced. I don't think a daycare like this actually exists because I never did find it. Maybe I'm just in the wrong location, but I would like to work it up and just see what I come up with this semester. I don't have a name yet for my daycare, but the main customers I am hoping to target with this daycare that I would like to open would be like healthcare workers or anyone that works a second shift or weekend shift. Most daycares around here are open like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I want my daycare to be open more of afternoon, evening hours, and weekends, just to help those that may not have family members or a spouse to help them with picking up their kids from school or watching them in those evening hours when that is the only work available and the only hours available they have. So my value propositions, it is to be open evening hours and weekends for healthcare workers. But of course, I wouldn't require you to be a healthcare worker in order to send your children here. But that's just mainly who I think of when I think of the evening hours and the weekend hours are the hospital workers, the healthcare workers that don't have any other option at the moment. Those shifts have to be filled. The patients have to be taken care of 24/7. Someone has to do it, and you shouldn't have to say, oh, I can't have kids because I don't have anybody to help me watch them. So that is why I'm wanting to open a daycare like this. Key activities and key resources I don't have filled in yet. I'm still working on that portion. If y'all have any input, please let me know. My key partners so far, I have my brother. He has offered me assistance. He is an accountant in Atlanta, Georgia, and he has told me like he would help me out at least at first if I wanted to start my business. Also, I have my best friend that lives near me that is also a mom that would probably go, if she wouldn't be like a business partner, then I know she would at least help me out as in teaching a class or taking over a certain class or picking up certain children from certain schools. I do want it to be able to offer like a pick up from school type, like afternoon care. My customer relationships, I have a website. I would definitely have a website with contact information, with either my email, phone number, the teacher's email, phone number. The parents could always chat with the teacher or myself when they do pick up, drop off. The hours, I don't know if I already said this or not. I'm thinking more of like noon to 9 p.m. during the week, and probably like 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekends. I haven't really thought that far ahead as far as hours go on weekends. I guess that is something that I still need to think about and factor in here. For channels, I would go with word of mouth, of course. If someone has used me in the past, I would want them to recommend me to all their friends. And of course, advertising at our local schools, like wherever I decide to put up this daycare and build it, I would want the schools in the area to definitely know about me and my daycare and be able to, I know some schools are strict about what after school cares can and can't pick up from their school, so I would definitely want to get into whatever PTO program they have, as far as parents being able to know me personally, and be able to get into the loop with they would allow my daycare to pick up from their school. Customer segments would be working parents, specifically the parents that work that afternoon shift or, weekend shifts. The cost structure, I have, of course, the pay per employee, so their salary. I would have to decide if I'm going to feed these children. Am I going to feed them afternoon snack? Am I going to feed them dinner? Is that going to be provided and included in tuition? Am I going to require their parents pack it? Or do I provide it but at an extra fee? If, of course, I factor in the weekly tuition, I would have to, I would just have to add that in the fee and be sure that I am making accommodations for all of that. Of course, at first, part of the cost structure for a startup would be activities and learning equipment, what I would use to be able to teach these children. Am I going to help the children with homework? Am I going to need resources in order to do that? Of course, nobody wants to send their kid to a daycare and there's no toys or nothing for them to do, no activities. So I would definitely have to get all of that in order and put that as part of my cost structure. Revenue streams would definitely be weekly tuition. I'd have to decide what rate and if I'm going to offer discount for multiple children, siblings, weekend and after hour rates. So, of course, if you work in healthcare, then you probably know weekends and second shift, third shift, they normally get like a weekend diff, a second shift diff, a night shift diff. So would I want to factor in if you are using the daycare on the weekend? Should there be a higher weekend rate? Evenings, should there be an evening rate? That costs more than the typical weekly tuition. And I also have on here possible drop-ins for date nights, like one Friday a month, stay open later than the 9 p.m., stay open till like 11 p.m. So those parents, they can go out and have date night. It's very hard, I know from experience, being in an area where you don't have any help, you don't have family to help with the kids, and it gets hard to consistently just do your daily routine, you and your kids, every day, all day, drop them off, go to work, pick them up, without anyone there to help you, anyone there to let you have, I don't want to say a break, but pretty much let you have a break. So I did want to throw that in there, that I would possibly want to be open for either a date night or just if you want to take yourself out to eat into a movie by yourself. Like, I want that to be an option, that your kids have a safe place to go, even if you don't know anybody in the area. Have those drop-in nights once a month, And that would be a separate rate. Even if your kids go there, if your kid doesn't go there, it would be a separate rate than the weekly tuition. So far, that is what I have for my daycare. I need to think of a name for it. I need to think of the key activities and key resources. And I am going to continue to work on this business model. So if anyone has suggestions or any input, please let me know. Thank you.